Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer, and welcome to another episode of Teas and Conversations. Today, we have Aaron Trains, and he is going to share with us about some tips and how he overcame some mental health. And we're going to talk about a little bit more. It's a surprise, so you guys stay tuned. Watch this video. It's really going to encourage you. It's going to inspire you. It's going to uplift you and motivate you. And I want you guys to hear all about Aaron and how he started his journey. Hi, Aaron.
Hello, Jennifer. Thank you so much for having me this morning. I'm very excited to be here and very thankful for you reaching out.
Yes. So I wanted to hear a little bit more about, I know we met and in the oddest place, but I was just so interested when you I remember hearing you say that that the reason you started this was due to mental health, and I'm like, wow, that's huge because mental health is just like it's everywhere right now, and more than ever, of course. And of course, we're going to blame COVID, but I think it's always been an issue. I feel it's always been an issue. I know I've had my issues, and I had to overcome those. And I think this is very relatable for everybody out there. So, can you tell me a little bit about what how you started your journey as far as healing?
Yes, I can. So my brand essentially began because going through high school, I suffered with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, and it's funny that you mentioned COVID because before COVID, I kind of would push those thoughts and those feelings away, like, no, I don't have anxiety. I just feel weird, or it's just another day. Like this is normal. I would tell myself that it was normal, right? But going through my senior year, I started hitting the gym, and that became my therapy. So my mental health ended up benefiting a lot as well as my physical health, right? So I love working out, I love clothes, and I decided to combine the both to create my brand.
Wow. Okay. And so, as you're, how long did it take after exercising for to see that change in your mental health? Like just having a mental um good mental, waking up and being able to get through the day without like, oh, I don't want to get up or I don't want to do this. How did you get yourself to, I guess, get that discipline within you? Like what drove you to that?
I would say, I mean, growing up, I've always been an athlete, so sports and exercise weren't something very new to me, but the gym was. And it didn't take me too long, I would say about a month, when I began to build up that habit and that discipline, that mindset, like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym today and I'm going to get better. And I'm going to go again tomorrow and I'm going to get even more better. So it just
Right.
developed, I would say shortly, in a month.
Oh wow. So that's amazing because they say 21 days becomes a habit, right? So
Yeah.
after 21 days of doing something good for your body, especially exercising and then incorporating nutrition, you're going to see a huge difference. I mean, the brain is just it's amazing how it works. And I know that exercise is a natural antidepressant. So I remember watching a study where they put about 8 people that were suffering with mental health conditions like schizophrenia, bipolar. They had other some were just majorly depressed. And what they did with these patients that they were helping, what they did is they put them to work out for 8 hours a day. Okay. So here they are working out for 8 hours a day, and the psychiatrist is watching them slowly change, right? So from 8 hours, they decreased to 6 hours. They finally decreased to 4 hours. Then it became 2 hours, and now they only have to work out for 30 minutes a day. Isn't that amazing?
Wow, that's insane.
Yes.
Amazing.
So that is how huge working out, exercising, training, becoming disciplined in whatever it is that you're doing, how much it can help your mental health. And we all need it because now a lot of us sit behind computers. A lot of us are doing school. Some of us are working from home still. And even before COVID, we still worked behind computers. And what is so interesting to me, because I worked behind a computer for most of my life, is that when I would come home, the first thing I would do is go outside and start cleaning my yard and take the kids to the park and do those things. But it was like a natural thing. Like I knew that my body needed it, you know, and I would also exercise in the morning before work. So it really, 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 really helps. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do, Erin? I know you mentioned about you do personal training as well. Okay, tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that. Just is this like via Zoom or
Yeah, so I've been a personal trainer for about 3 years now. I started shortly after high school just because I love, the fitness world. I love that little taste that I got from working out in the gym, and I really wanted to help others do the same thing with their lives and kind of, change their mindset, right? So I've been training for about 3 years. I specialize in athletic performance and speed training. So I really enjoy training young athletes just because growing up, my coaches had a very huge impact in my life and they were, really good role models for me. And I just want to be that role model for someone else younger than me.
wow. So do you do this in groups or do you do this like individually or do you do both?
I do both. I do offer one-on-one personalized training for anybody of all age, right? Based on their goals. And I can also do group training as well with fitness goals and with athletes as well.
Okay, wow. Wow, that's awesome. And so now after doing this, you decided that you wanted to create a line of apparel, right? Okay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so about my first year into personal training, I actually had a coworker who brought the idea to my attention. We were at a fitness market when she brought the idea to me, and she wanted to do her own clothing line. And she actually asked me to do designs for guys, right? So I started doing my research. I did this during the summer. I was actually taking summer classes. So I was very involved in research studies already and I started looking into what it takes to run a business, to start your own clothing line. And I did about 2 months worth of research, and I decided to, draw my logo. And once I put it on my computer screen, and I looked at it, and I told myself, this is it. I'm gonna go ahead and go all in with this. So I've just been pushing it since then. And thank you so much. And it's been a year since I've started my business. So I'm
That's
just very
awesome.
excited. Thank you
I
so
love
much.
that. I love that because, it takes some people don't realize how much work it takes to build onto your dreams, and I mean, the dreams don't stop there. And I remember when I decided, I'm going to go forward with my natural blends, and it took hours and hours, 6 years, 7 years of research, time, a lot of energy and a lot of studying. And you know I never thought that it would take place where it's at now. But I mean, if you're extremely passionate about something, you're going to work at it, and it doesn't feel so much like a job. It feels like it's fun, right? Because we're learning
Yes.
about something we love. And that's the beauty of it, is that we're able to share that with everybody, with anybody, because we can do it through the internet, we can do it on our social media platforms, we can do it in person. And that's the beauty of it, is when you're so passionate about what you're doing, there's always going to be success behind that, no matter what. So I know you're just starting, Erin, and so
Mhm.
am I. We both are in this area, right? But I know that what you're doing is going to impact a lot of the young, a younger generation as well, but also the, the older ones as well too. And I see that this is something that is this something that you're going to have like different type of phrases on your shirts, or do you have that already? Do you
Yeah,
have any
so
merch?
yeah, so my t-shirts that are typically my best sellers, because everybody wears t-shirts, anyone can wear a t-shirt, right? So what I
Mm-hmm.
like to put on my shirts are motivational quotes. The first shirt that I released, I did put a quote on the back that says discipline finishes what motivation started, right? And I like to spread that message to people, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people get lost in, not knowing where to start, or, how to keep going. And I like to put that message on my clothes as well, just to, keep people on track and just keep people motivated and to stay disciplined at the end of the day.
Right. Wow, that's awesome. I'm always looking at motivational shirts. I'm always doing that, and I'm always looking at motivational quotes, and then I'll be like, wow, this is a good slogan, or this is a good quote. So I think when I first met you, I gave you one. I don't remember what it is anymore, but I did tell you to write it down. I hope you wrote it down. But so tell us where we can, if anyone wants to reach out to you, or they'd like to support your business and what you're doing, your passion, and also get some awesome t-shirts,
Yeah.
where can they find you?
So I do use my Instagram page very actively. And
Okay.
that's going to be Aaron with two A's, Aaron, Trains Apparel on Instagram. And I also do have my website, which is the exact same name, right? AaronTrainsApparel.com. And that's how you can
Okay.
find me.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and put that in the link after this video. So for those of you who are watching, this is Aaron's trains, right? Aaron Trains.
Trains, yes.
And he is very, 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 very he is very passionate about what he does. The first time I met him, I could see that, he had that fire in him. And I definitely said, hey, we need to make a video, or we need to collaborate or something, because I love that. I love when I see someone do this out of passion versus thinking about how much am I going to get paid, right? And so when you have that passion, and I know he has that passion for mental health, because we talked about it, like I have passion for natural healing. And it's something that, it's an amazing service that we're able to help other people, because we have been through it, and we were able to overcome it. And even though that sometimes we may be going through, there's going to be times where sometimes you're not going to feel, highly motivated, but that's where you go back and you look at how far you've come, and you're like, no, you say no, and you get back up, and you get back up no matter what. Do you have anything that you'd like to share with anybody, Aaron?
Yes, I do. Going back to what we talked about, and you bringing up COVID, right? What COVID did for me was it separated me from a negative environment and negative thoughts, from media or from peers, right? And during that time of quarantine, right, I really figured out who I was, and I finally spent time with the person in the mirror, right? And I feel like everyone should get to know the person in the mirror, because many times, through our busy days, busy schedules, right?
Mm-hmm.
How often do we actually talk to ourselves? Do we get to know that person in front of us, right? And it wasn't
Right.
until I went through that and I became more self-aware of, who I was as an individual, right? And that's when I really got connected, to myself. So I just want to spread that message as well, and let people know, hey, take some time out of your day to talk to that person in the mirror. They might need some positive affirmations, or to hear from you, So I just want to spread that as
Right.
well.
Wow, that's awesome. I was just talking about that the other day, and I asked, because I have three sons and I have one daughter, right? And so I know girls look at themselves a little more in the mirror. So I asked my sons and I said, have you ever looked in the mirror and just gave yourself a big old smile? And they're like, yes. And so I asked my husband and he's like, no, not really. And I'm like, you need to try it. You really need to just say,
Yeah, you
hey,
do.
you're looking good today, or you got it, today's your day, and you live like that. And I promise you, it's going to make a huge difference in your life. It is absolutely powerful. It's powerful. And I believe that everyone has that chance to overcome mental health. I believe so. I believe even if they take the smallest steps. And, I would say the first one would just be looking in the mirror, right? And knowing who you are, just like you said, Erin, and finding what is your passion, identifying who you are is extremely, extremely, crucial. We need to know who we are. And I think a lot of times that happens, and I know what it is to suffer with mental health myself, because I did, due to trauma, due to other things, right? Stress, injuries, so many different things, right? And all of those trigger anxiety, depression, PTSD, all types of things. But I know for me, what has truly helped me the most has been identifying that my body deserves good stuff. Like, I deserve to eat well. I deserve to take supplements. I deserve to put in my exercise, what I can, because I've been injured. And so that is, spending time and doing the things that I like to do as well, and not just living in a fast-paced world and just trying to slow down. Because if you don't slow down, especially if you're overstressed, if you don't slow down, you will have a burnout. And when you have a burnout, your body is just going to say, like, I don't care what you give me. I don't care if you give me caffeine. I'm not getting up. So you don't want to experience a burnout. So, and I think that exercise is extremely key. It helped me so much, and I myself, I want to work out like probably like a 20-year-old, but I can't because I have some injuries and they'll get like, I don't know. But doing something like, for those of you who watch this and you're like, well, I can't work out or I can't do this, you can do something. I've even seen exercises where you can sit in a chair and you could just do this. I've seen videos where you can be laying on the floor and you can do exercises there. So, like, really, there's not too much of an excuse. Even if you can only move your neck around, there's exercises for everybody, right? For your fingers, if you had a stroke and you lost some of your one side, you need to move it around. I can guarantee you, if you do that, you're going to feel better and it's going to start working. I know, because I did it with my father, and that is what helped him, was the exercises, him moving it, getting it back to normal. And it freaked me out because I had never been around a person who had a stroke, but I did see so much transition as far as the mental health, the giving up, like, and where he's like, no, I'm not going to do this. I give up. I'm like, you give up? It's all on you. You're just going to be sitting there. I said, or you can get up and I can help you and we can exercise. And he did it. And he was able to regain his walking, be able to move again. He didn't have the function for the left arm as much, but he was still able to use and move around. So exercise is key, guys. So thank you so much, Erin. And thank you for being on my show. And I'm excited for you. I'm excited for everything that you're doing and all the people that you're going to help. I know that you're going to, really, really put an impact in their lives. And once again, you guys can click on the link below, and we'll have his page there, his Instagram. You guys go follow him on Instagram, please do that. Aaron's a very, very nice guy, and he's really, really passionate about what he does. Just like me, he's very passionate. He's going to answer your questions. He's going to help you. He's going to motivate you. He's going to get you disciplined. So if you're lacking any of those things, you guys, y'all need to just follow him, learn more about him, check out his t-shirts, support his business. He's got an awesome logo. I love the logo. It's super awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice. And yeah, you guys, so I will see you next time for the next episode for Teas and Conversations. We'll see who's coming on next. Thank you, Aaron. Do you have anything you want to say before we go?
I just want to thank you, for the positive environment that you just brought me into and allowing me to share my message and positivity with others, just to inspire more people, to get out there, be comfortable with themselves, with their environment, and also improve their health through exercise, through fitness as well, because that is a very, very important factor in your mental health as well. So thank you so much for giving me this platform.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.